Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday encounter and only off of an aspect. Basically, this one's basically going to be about regulating fluidity in speech. What I mean in here is hopefully what it's going to cover what I want to ask myself and to others that after reading up on one of the autistic community of someone that I've been following or just commenting on it at the moment, sharing my life experience of life of general of this is what happens to me when it happens with this fluidity in my speech, how I go about it, what happens, how it happens, why it happens, what do I mean, hopefully. And hopefully that will give you a better understanding about me in a retrospect of how I function in my normal everyday life and as an Aspie, shall I say, even though many people still, I feel to this day, is still ignorant and just think, okay, they do understand me, but they don't, even though, you know, I'm now trying to the point now to open up to people around me, regardless who it may be, even though I feel that sometimes I'm getting kicked to the curb, regardless of what I say, and I'm just trying to be honest and real about him, you know, as I know and understand that everybody has their own everyday struggles, be it whatever it is, of their everyday disorders, depression, bipolar, schizophrenia, the like, just to, you know, give you guys the heads up for the ones that are, you know, suffering from this. Basically, maybe if you feel the need or have to, like I'm doing right now, create some video blogs, share it on some sort of video, or maybe, I don't know, if you write, maybe just do it that way, or even just, if you're creative enough to music, poetry, whatever the case may be, sort of thing. Anyway, here goes on this topic about regulating fluidity in speech. I am a creative person in a way, to the point now, as you realise, that I do have some creative realm of my knowledge and know-how, be it, you know, I can be creative in the form of writing, sometimes I can be creative in a way of other things. I to the point now, as I know, like to try and find a way maybe to replace my busyness to what I enjoy. But at this point of time, as you're aware, that video blogging and just sharing out my ideas, thoughts, opinions, advice, and tips to you all, regardless what topics you feel in your heart that you want me to share, I bring out to you. As you're fully aware, as you've been following my channel and getting to know me as a person, I do tend to talk fast, pretty much, or sometimes I do tend to walk fast, sometimes, or even sometimes what people notice when I write, sometimes it goes on and on and on without any pause or silence. As many people may think, I don't let others in to actually, you know, bring out what they want to say, you know, in a topic that I tend to enjoy. Sometimes also with me, I do tend to slow down, or when I do tend to speak, I come to a point of, as if you were watching one of my video series about basically, the one about how I mentioned, I can't remember the name of the title, but what I can recall from what I shared with you is basically, sometimes there's a sudden impact on me that I'll have a pause for a long period of time, and then I just lose track of time, or just lose the track of what I'm about to say, because as I said, my brain is going 90 miles a minute. And then sometimes I feel like I'm being laughed at, even if I do feel the need to actually either broadcast it onto a video, or just feel in my heart to share it on paper and actually read it to somebody, you know, but everyone's different. Some people have realised that in this day and age, once they've got to know me through my videos, or just in general, that I am monotoned, how I go about things, or sometimes I am a robot, like a robot, to talk some points real slow. And then other times, as I said, while I talk fast, I get so excited and sidetracked. Sometimes topics begins to change, or straight out go blank and then silent. What I want to give you an image here, how it feels like with this regularity of fluid, you know, regulating this fluidity in my way of speech. Imagine a toy robot, or like a light bulb or a light switch going on and off, you know. I do try, however, to get back into the rhythm of my training of my thoughts. You know, I'm trying to train my brain in a different way, how to do it with some activities. you know, be it whatever it may be, you know. But when I do this, however, I feel like sometimes, as I said in one of my videos based on shape-shifting, I have to 1 minute shape-shift into an environment where I may feel uncomfortable or I feel comfortable, depending on my mood at that time. And I have to imagine myself in a scene or something of a movie while I'm socializing with others, and then other times I have to mimic or copy what others are thinking, saying, or feeling at the same time, which is kind of annoying in some retrospect to me. However, because I feel like I'm not being the real me, it feels like, as I said so many times before, that in this day and age, how we're socializing with others around us, basically that we feel the need or have to basically do the way of things, you know, put it nicely. But when these train of thoughts occurs, be it, you know, racing 90 miles a minute or slow thinking patterns, depending on my moods and that, you know, I feel that sometimes I shouldn't have to be a fake. I should be the real deal of me. You know, many people have said in the autistic community on their Facebook page, however, did mention about they have to act like they're somebody that they're not. Which, in my retrospect, we should be who we are and what we are as a person. That we should be accepted for who and what we are too. When this occurs though, however, as I said with the shape-shifting, sometimes if it gets too overwhelming or tiring for me, sometimes I need to withdraw myself from that situation, be it whatever it may be. Sometimes also, if it gets too tiring to the point, in those stages of meltdowns that I mentioned in the piece of the stages and phases of the meltdowns, my stage for that will lead to a shutdown stage straight away. Imagine a computer on for a quite long period of time, that you're doing whatever you're on the computer, and then all of a sudden you feel to close it off. This is how it works with me, basically, and I just feel that sometimes when that happens, that's when I don't feel to talk at all, and then many people may assume that I'm actually down and out, anxiety comes along and tired and whatnot, and all these other like symptoms. On the most part though, however, majority of the time, I do try to be myself, as I said before. But again, as I said, shape-shifting gets in the way of it. And I act like someone that I'm not, for the fear of people either judging, criticising, or just people's thoughts in general, which shouldn't have to be this way. You know, sometimes also it's due to their ignorance, understanding and knowledge of, well, like I said so many times before, thinking that they know me for me, even though for the reality of it, we only know ourselves. However, just to bear in mind, being a New Zealand born Kiwi, obviously, someone said to me in my circle, I think there has been a few others that I've been bumping into, be it, you know, some other ones overseas has said that this is just a typical norm of a New Zealand Kiwi being a fast speaker. You know, for speaking. I'll say this, I'm not making any excuse here for what I'm sharing, as I'm sharing my stories and struggles, and how I cope with all these struggles. Hopefully you guys can get a better understanding, knowledge and know-how, so that when you're in a face of a crisis, that maybe some of those tips and advice or stories that I've shared will be in alignment to you and might make you feel that, yeah, I can so relate to what AspieAnswersAll saying. On the note though, while all this is going on, sometimes, however, the misunderstanding, miscommunication, and tension, and all these other mixed emotions will rise. I know that this part of me may and will create difficulties and barriers between people that I associate with or socialise that comes into my circle. But bear in mind, I am coming out of my shell, as I said so many times before, sharing my life stories and journey, as well as my experiences and encounterships or certain stuff that you guys may go through that would be beneficial to you. I'm also at this stage now taking a leap of faith, pretty much, regardless of people's mentality and understanding of me as a person. Despite pushing myself to the limits to what I can handle, not too hard. As I said, it does bear its consequences, be it me having my anxiety attacks, or be it my meltdown stages, be it whatever it may be of those stages and phases that I go through when I do socialise, sort of thing. But then again, as I said, if we create a better understanding of one another, then we should be able to, you know, be on a retrospect of giving each other support and guidance along the way. Now, you may be questioning to me, for this, regulating this fluidity in my speech or what have you, what do I do to cope with it or manage it, you know, because it can be manageable. What I do is, you might laugh at these suggestions, is one, I talk in front of a mirror if I had one, you know, and basically practice my speech and think what I want to say and how I'm going to say it, and hopefully it comes out right, even though, like I said, 9 times out of 10, my way of speaking basically will, to the point, think, am I all there, you know? You may laugh at me, criticise me to how I go about this part, but I feel at ease talking in front of the mirror, and sometimes also while I'm in front of the mirror, if I feel nervous or excited or whatever mixed feeling of that day, of whatever that day will bring to me, I will bring out the I statements, the Decree series. Obviously I've shared with you all briefly, which I'm hoping to bring some more into it. It is all beneficial to me, and hopefully of you to you too, just to know that, you know, I can do anything in my willpower, it's my choice, you know, what have you. But I'll say this, while I'm speaking in front of the mirror, or even just this screen while I'm talking to you lot, it takes the weight off my shoulders and actually works for me. Not everything I'm sharing will work for others. Another thing is, what I do is, I sing and hum. Yes, I'm a public person and I sing and I hum. And sometimes I'll probably sing and hum at the wrong time of day. And I might hear you guys saying, not again, Kieran's at it. She's going to keep me awake at night. Or not again, what's she up to? What can we do to stop that? But, you know, that's just me, you know, because I'm bubbly and happy sometimes. I come out bubbly and whatnot. You know, I feel a bit more calm and at ease within myself when this is happening. Because this humming is part of my stim, to be honest with you all. Also, when I am, you know, reaching the breaking point of anxiety. And it's just a calming effect. I feel humming, and then sometimes singing, dancing, whatever. Just sometimes do some silly things, even though many people may know me for doing silly things in the past, and still to this day, maybe to the present, to make people laugh and whatnot. I mean, to make people happy, hopefully, in a way, too. Listen to some music. Yes, I'm not a heavy metal rock fan. If you want to question me what sort of music I listen to, I can give you the heads up maybe once you comment me, or just while you're following my channel and you're commenting me on certain bits and pieces that I'm sharing with you all. Another thing is, like I said, record myself on video or tape record myself pretty much on my thoughts and whatnot. Sometimes, however, when I do that, I speak it out again, and yeah. Maybe revising a few scripts or quotes can be a good thing. You know, to this day, you know, I have been following certain people, well, not idolise, but certain people that I agree with to a point that's on my YouTube channel, or just certain people that were famous in their day that I agree with some of their quotes and lived with. And then another thing is, with that part I'm sharing here also with that, is that imagine basically I'm on a TV screen revising script after script of certain movies that I may have watched in the past or present that may have value and interest. That helps me to, you know, get my speech going. Another one is basically, as I said in my introductory piece, is speech therapy. I had troubles with my speech, putting words together at a young age, but it's also when I was stuttering or just talking in general. Everybody goes through that one day in their life, you know, not being able to speak, sort of thing. Another one also is sleep. Have a peaceful night's sleep, be it 7-8 hours a night, you know, or whatever. Even though they say now clinically it's best to us have 7 hours of sleep. Now, that got me thinking, say what? Another one is eating the right meals at the right time and whatnot. You know, this can help. Exercise. Certain form of exercise can help too. Be it running, whatever you enjoy. Sometimes I try to visualize some words in my head first before I say it, because as we know, words are 2D, not 3D. That flies at you, basically. Well, this basically ends the topic, hopefully, on another bit on my journey of regulating fluidity in my speech, basically. Hopefully some of you guys can relate. Give me the thumbs up, basically, guys, of what's going on, you know, for your support, or just liking my channel, you know, because the more support and guidance I can get through this, the better, because obviously, as I said so many times before, you never know, someone out there may need that sort of pull of wisdom and advice or support. So, in all further ado, thanks for watching, and also share the videos, whatever you do. Have a nice day, and I'll see you all soon.